Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is October the 25th, 2024, and today the topic is Rest in His Peace. Happy Friday. It's Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thursday. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was good overall. Highlights from yesterday: I went to work. We did NJ's school assignments. We got a few things done around here, you know what I'm saying? So that was good. I mean, still more work to do and things of that nature, but there's a start. The start is happening, you know what I'm saying? So that's good. That's a blessing as well. And that's it, man. I would say that those are the main highlights. Hubby wanted the Cobb salad last night, so we had that. I tried some new stuff on. I know it might not seem new, but I'm saying I usually get particular stuff on my salads. Like, so it was my first time really getting into like trying the banana peppers on the onions. But I guess I was just so hungry yesterday that I was like, I want everything. He had the avocado, so I did all that. It's pretty good. Unique flavors I wasn't used to because I was like, wait, hold on. This is what the onion did to it. But outside of that, it was good and right on time. So shout out to, hubby, right? And shout out to everything that happened yesterday. So it's Friday, y'all. It's Friday. New day, new episode of the GSL Talk Show coming out tonight. We got quite a busy day ahead as well. Got to get some of NJ's assignments done. I have to film another episode of the GSL Talk Show, and I'm supposed to go to work tonight, do an event as my scientist character, Madam Miraculous. So, yeah, a lot of stuff to do, but we're going to get to it. And first, I'm starting off with the juice, right? So I was up early this morning. I can't remember what time I got up, but it was significant. It led me to, I think it was a Lamentations. Whatever time I woke up, I ended up going to Lamentations, and it was good. I wish I had wrote the verse down, but it was something along the lines of just pretty much reminding me that that God is with me and that I'm at peace because of Him, basically. And so, going deeper, thinking about that this morning, one saying, okay, well, giving credit to what credit due, because I am at peace right now, and I'm like, okay, why am I being reminded about being at peace or what X, Y, and Z? But ultimately, like I said, as I was going deeper about it, the revelation that I feel like I was receiving this morning is to not only be at peace, but stay at peace, right? And then not only stay at peace, but recognize where the peace comes from. So that's what I ended up going deeper about today, and that's where rest in His peace came from. So, okay, let's get into some verses, y'all. These are the verses that were standing out to me this morning. Romans 12:17. Repay no one evil, but give thought to do what is honorable in the sight of all. There's something else that happened yesterday. I won't get too deep into it, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to call nobody out or nothing. But I think, I got a chance to see, where my discernment and where my growth has been over this past year. For those that don't know, I've been on this journey of like, I call it a pruning season, because there's been like people that have been just falling away out of my life. There's been situations where, I was very hands-on and stuff like that. And it seemed like the Lord is pulling me to be more hands-off with different people or different situations. Understanding that, hey, people got to go through their own journeys, right? And I can't, try to fix, right, everybody's particular situation. I got to focus on me and my situation and make choices and things of that nature. And so I see, or I guess I would say I saw yesterday how me being on this journey of letting things go, right, letting things be and stuff like that, and how it played out. Because, for example, the situation that happened yesterday, again, without me getting too deep, there was definitely a moment where I could have been trying to take charge, right, or I could have been trying to like, oh, let me help you, like let you see what happened here and what the problem is and stuff like that. When I used wisdom instead and was like, you know what, I'm gonna remain peaceful about this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let it be what it is. I tried, right, to do, to make some effort and put some things together, right, to work the situation out. But, you can't do, right, what the other person don't want to do, for example. So if somebody else, right, don't want to, meet you halfway, then, I can't force it, right? And at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm going to let that be that, right? And I'm going to move forward accordingly based on, the decision that you wanted to make. And on one hand, I can't lie, man, I was feeling a little bit like, man, Miracle, maybe you should have tried to, help her understand, or, whatever, right? But then on the flip side, I'm like, no, well, you know what I'm saying? I did my part, right? I tried to, bring peace, right? I tried to bring some reconciliation, things of that nature. And, if the person don't agree, right, or they don't see the value of the peace and reconciliation, then the next best thing for me to do, right, is let it be, right? And this is growth for me, y'all. This is growth and maturity. NJ said the growth mindset. Yes, it's something I've been learning this year, to, again, let people make their own decisions and choices. I don't have to, try to force, reconciliation and stuff like that. I don't have to try to, make something happen that don't want to happen. At the end of the day, people got to make their own decisions. People is grown out here, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And so I still got peace, even though I got that little thing on the inside, and maybe I need to talk to my therapist about that. Like, why am I like this? Why am I caring so much? But anyway, it's just one of those things to just see the growth in myself, right? To see that, what, maybe a few months ago, I would have been trying to be like, okay, you say you don't understand. Let me try to help you understand why this situation happened the way it did. Stuff like that. Like, that's usually how I would do stuff. And this time I was like, you know what? I see, I hate to say red flags, but you know what I'm saying? It's like I see and recognize that this happened the way it did, and I see what happened. But at the same time, if you don't see it, you know what I'm saying? I got to wash my hands, dust my feet, stuff like that. And all I'm saying is that's growth, right? And so, again, repaying no one with evil, right? At the end of the day, it don't have to be a situation where we're mad, you know what I'm saying? It don't have to be a situation where, you're feeling like you got to get somebody back or nothing like that. It could just be letting it be what it is, you know what I'm saying? And accepting it and letting people have grace and mercy and do what they do, and not taking stuff on fully. Because, again, you can't, you got to be equally yoked, right? In different situations, you got to be walking in the same direction. And if you can't walk in the same direction, then parting ways, that's okay, and I guess I recognize, again, without getting into details, I know y'all probably like, get into the details, Miracle. But anyway, without getting too deep again, I guess I recognize it because I think I too was kind of looking at things in the way that for example, the individual was looking at it. Like I said earlier this year, I was very defensive, right? When the job, you know what I'm saying? Very defensive about, feeling like critiques and like I'm getting critiqued and, different things of that nature. And so, I could kind of see the individual I was dealing with going through a situation like that. And I kind of wanted to help, but at the same time, I'm like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're going to continue to look at it in the way you're looking at it, even when someone's trying to, bring peace and, harmony and, things like that, then you got to go through the journey to understand that, what, maybe this was me. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Hey, I shouldn't have looked at it in that way because, it wasn't really like that, So these are just things to think about. But, I guess because I recognized that I wanted to do something about it, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? I'm going to use wisdom and discernment right now. And I think it's best for me to just remain at peace and let it be. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know which side of the fence you guys are on when it comes to this conversation, but I mean, either way, I hope that you're encouraged and inspired. Let me give you guys another verse. 1 Corinthians 10:13. No temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful and not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation, he will also provide the way of escape that you may be able to endure it. Sometimes temptation could come in, like, again, the form of just your bad habit trying to pick back up. Like I said, even yesterday was a temptation. I think when we think about the word temptation, we think about like that big stuff, sexual temptation, we think about that type of stuff. But it's like, no, it could be the temptation to do what you used to do. You know what I'm saying? It could be the temptation to be like, handle things the way you used to or something like that. And it's like, nah, and so, yeah, your girl was tempted, but, I feel like I passed the test, you know what I'm saying? And so, these are just things to think about. There's always a way to escape. Sometimes the way is just removing yourself completely, right? We can look at, who was that? Joseph, right? Running away from Potiphar's wife, you know what I'm saying? Leaving the robe, like, you know what? No, let me get, sometimes that is the way out, right? That's the way of escape. Sometimes the way of escape is not even putting yourself in situations, right? Look, they say prevention is the best protection. All right. So that's just something to think about as well. So, again, there's always a way to escape when it comes to the temptations. We know we're going to go through them again. But this verse is letting us know that, this is to be expected, right? And God is faithful to give you a way out, right? And so you can endure your temptations, right? You don't have to, succumb or fall short or always, right, do what you used to do or whatever the case may be. You can make a different decision. You can do something different. And so, I'm just sharing with y'all what this looks like in my life. But let me give you guys another verse, Romans 12:18. It says, if possible, so far it is depending on you, live peaceably with all. So again, a lot of things that we have tension and stuff like that. I mean, we don't have to have that, right? We can be at peace. Again, living in peace, staying at peace, and then reminding ourselves where the peace comes from. And so, at the end of the day, we can live peaceably with all. Even when it comes to this, let me give you guys this other verse right here. It's Proverbs 16:7. It says, when a man's way please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. So at the end of the day, again, you can be in a situation where you feel like you got enemies, whatever the case may be, you can still be at peace, right? With them and with the situation, whatever the case may be. And so this is what, resting, right, in his peace looks like. And I guess that's ultimately the juice this morning, just reminding us of what that looks like, right? Reminding us, if you're in the peace, look, stay in the peace. Don't get swayed to leave. Don't get swayed to go back to where you used to be by those temptations and things of that nature. And then ultimately, again, remembering where the peace comes from. And like I said, that's the juice, y'all. That's the juice this morning. Let me give you guys the Bible verse of today, and that's Psalm 139:13 and 14. It says, for thou hast possessed my rent. Sorry if I didn't write that right, but y'all can look it up. The host covered me in my mother's womb. Or thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. Dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all on today's Friday. Yeah, so on Monday. Tomorrow. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. And yeah, don't forget, new episode of the GSL Talk Show coming out tonight with Pastor Jiva Sam. Our marriage mentors, and they wrote the book. The Unbreakable Marriage. So yeah, y'all can tune into that tonight at 7 p.m. And I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. And there you guys go, man. Facebook, YouTube.